Hello, my people. Now, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the systems and processes within your sales efforts that you need to start automating in 2024. These systems are the same systems that we use internally and the same systems that we implement into our clients' businesses to make sure that they have predictable growth and scalable sales processes. Let's go. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, your sales systems, the way we see it at Assisted, have made up three key areas. So it's your top of funnel sales systems, your middle of funnel sales systems, and your bottom of funnel sales systems. Each aspect has their own functions and their own purpose. Our top of funnel sales systems or sales automations, these are things like lead generation. And this is arguably one of the most important aspects of this whole system. And it's because without leads or a very expensive cost per lead, you're screwed. Let's be honest. Then you have your middle of funnel sales automations and systems. Now, this area is concerned with turning these leads into booked meetings. So it's concerned with making sure that the interest that you generate with your top of funnel is converted into a conversation in the middle of funnel. And finally, you have the bottom of funnel. Now, this is the process of going from sold to closed or meeting to closed, and then also onboarding them. You want to make sure that the process from having them on the meeting to them signing the dotted line and getting you paid is as seamless as possible. But the selling doesn't really stop there. So most time you probably have a guarantee, and things can just go wrong after payment. To make sure that doesn't happen, you also need to make sure that you're onboarding efficiently too. So the selling never stops, even when you're even fulfilling your service. Now, why do you need this? Now, without an automated lead generation system or automated sales system, it will cost you a lot of money to acquire leads. And even possibly, you might not just have enough leads because it is costly. On top of that, when you start building an internal automated sales system, it increases conversion and gives your prospect the perspective, not even perspective because you are, but it gives them the trust and confidence that you are a professional, which is important because first impressions are their everything almost. Now, this is just an example of the funnel, okay? So the top of funnel and slash the middle-ish, this is concerned with generating interest and nurturing. So you do your cold email outbound or your cold calls or whatever it is to get that interest. Once you get their data, so whether that's they opt into your newsletter or they say yes by email for a meeting or they respond positively to your email, you've generated that interest. Then you're just concerned with turning that interest and nurturing them into a booked meeting or the sale of a low ticket product or whatever it is, whatever the purpose is, you're turning that interest to some form of action, desired action from them. Then the bottom funnel, which is still, it's halfway in the middle, so it's still middle / bottom. You're still nurturing because even if you've booked a meeting and you've spoken to them, they might not have gone the whole way or they might not have bought the product yet. So you still got to nurture them. I always convince them that you're the right person to do business with. And then finally, they turn into cash. So they buy your product, they invest in your service, they accept a free trial, whatever it is, you've got that desired outcome of the system. Now, automated lead generation is made up of kind of 4 processes, okay? So you get in contact with a business, might be interested in your service. As I said, this could be cold email, this could be cold calls, this could be ads, whatever your method is. It could be content. Wherever it is, you need to find a way to convert cold into positive response. That's all you need to do. Once it's a positive response, they should be automatically pushed into your CRM and scored and assigned to the right SDR, whatever it is. This needs to be done quickly and efficiently and be able to be scalable. From there, you will engage with your prospect, whether you are or your SDR or your VA, whoever it is, and then you'll close the deal. Now, what makes this so important is efficiency in your sales systems and lead generation, times an efficient process and high quality delivery, and You owning these systems, so these are yours. This is not something that someone else owns. It means that you have limitless scale. So you can literally say, I want more sales this week or this month. You're going to increase the system, increase the output, which would be your method of lead generation. So for example, if you do 100 cold calls, so that for every 100 cold calls, you get one booked meeting, you're going to do 300 cold calls, you get 3 meetings. And it's the same with cold email and whatever method, even ads as well. If you spend $1,000, I get X output. If I spend $2,000, I'm going to get X output too. And as long as you are in control of these systems, you have limitless scale. It's completely up to you because you've got an active, efficient, and repetitive and scalable machine that is predictable, which is essential for growth. Now, I'm going to break this sales system in detail. I'm going to show you the processes that we use and that we build for our clients. Now, this includes everything from lead generation to onboarding to all repetitive functions that should be removed from your sales processes for mass personalization and removing all of the mandate tasks out of your sales systems. Let's go. Okay, let's break it down. Now, these are the systems that we use pretty much internally and the systems that we implement into our clients' and businesses as well. Now, it all starts off with defining who your target audience is. Now, understanding your ICP, so your ideal customer profile, is important because that is what is going to define your messaging, your approach, the lead magnets that you build, your AI front end offer, and everything in between. So first we define this. Once we define that, we start finding leads, the prospect. Now you can use platforms like ListKit, Hollow, Zoom Info, PitchBook. It all depends on kind of your ICP once again. Crunchbase as well. And yeah, cool. From there, we start building the scripts and writing the copy based on that specific customer profile. Now, the first automation that we implement, and this doesn't matter if you're predominantly kind of ads-based company where majority of your business comes in by ads. It doesn't matter if majority of your business comes from content. It doesn't matter. Everybody should have a cold email infrastructure within their business that generates them leads. You're going to get that. The lowest cost per lead across the board, apart from content. And it's just scalable and very predictable. So we start here. So we start using platforms like smartlead.ai to send cold email at scale. There is a whole tech infrastructure side of that. Please let me know if you want me to cover it. I'll be more than happy to do that. But yeah, just let me know in the comments below. Then we implement website visitor detection. Now, once again, it doesn't matter how you're getting traffic. The point is that you're going to drive traffic towards your landing page or towards a specific area. Now, some of that traffic is going to go to waste. Not everybody is going to take the action that you want them to take when they visit your landing page or website. So we implement the ability to detect, not everybody, but around 30%, around 30% of people visit your website will be able to detect. That data will then be sent to Slack, and then we can then email them, cold call them, send a message on LinkedIn. It doesn't matter, but we can contact them. And the copy can look something like, hey, Name, I saw you visited our website. Could I interest you in free value? So this could be a lead magnet, white paper. You can also see what area of the website that they visited. So if you send them to a specific lander, you can actually say, on this landing page, we had this. We've made free resource that shows you more information. Would you be interested? And then you'll see if they're qualified, we'll score the lead, and this can all be done automatically with AI. If they're not qualified, you can just pitch them a low ticket product or just, maybe push them to your email list. And then if they are qualified, you can push for the meeting. And that's when the cold emails, LinkedIn outreach, or cold call come in. From there, we also start developing an AI-powered lead magnet. Now, this is different from what the majority of the time on YouTube, on Twitter, even on LinkedIn. People create lead magnets using AI, but we use AI in the lead magnet itself. So this could be an AI-powered service delivery. So for example, you could do an AI-powered audit. Now, your prospect doesn't necessarily need to know that it's powered by AI. It could just be you, but you can give them a crazy amount of value upfront for very low costs. Takes basically no time, maybe 5 to 10 minutes of your time tops. and they will still get an incredible output. And this, like I said, it can be AI-powered service delivery. It could be a strategy document, completely personalized to them. It could be an audit. It could be personalized tutorial of your SaaS product or whatever. It could even be a system build. So you could build them a full system, a personalized system of your unique mechanism completely with AI. All you need is a template and some smart prompting, which we can help. If you want me to cover this in more detail, just let me know and I'll be happy to make a video on it. Cool. So this is actually supposed to say CRM automation, so please forgive me. But within your CRM, once you push a prospect to your CRM, you should be having things like lead scoring done automatically. Before, you would need an SDR to actually to that lead's website, look at their LinkedIn, look at their company page on LinkedIn and so on and so on to see if they're a good fit for your service. You don't need to do that anymore. We can get AI to scrape their website. We can get the AI to scrape their LinkedIn. And based on a pre-made template, they'll be able to score that lead for you reliably and scalably as well. You can then segment that lead based on kind of the information that we've already scraped. Then you can automatically assign that lead to whoever. So for example, if this lead is very qualified and like a perfect kind of ICP for you, you can assign that to your best SDR. If they're not that quality, you can just put it to your not so good SDR or however you want to format this process. And then you automate your alerts and reminders. All of this can be done within Slack, Telegram, Discord, even by email, or whatever process that you use for your alerts. This can be done, but it has to be automated. This is just so you don't miss out on anything. Now, this is specific to cold email, inbox management. Now, there are products to manage your inbox with AI and people are pitching AI SDRs. Just let a human do it. This is the highest leverage, one of the highest leverage tasks that you can do. And this is the money maker. So why would you almost not take the risk, because you can do it reliably, but there's just certain things that you shouldn't automate. And inbox management, in my opinion, is one of them. Just my opinion though. Then you will we also implement your booked meeting follow-ups. Now, booking the meeting is just half the battle. You need to get them to show up. Now, the best way to not get them to show up is by not reminding them. Now, you can automatically set reminders, and this can be done with confirmation email or text that is sent instantly. And then the first reminder can come 48 hours before your meeting, then 24 hours, and then 30 minutes, and then you can have the meeting. Now, the reminder process, it's different and it is dependent on each business. But the point is here that you should have multiple checkpoints with that prospect. Now, these can be automated or done by a human. I would advise having both. So while these confirmations are sent, while these reminders are sent, you're also checking in with the prospect, maybe sending a personalized loon, just letting them know, introducing yourself, saying, hi, we're going to speak tomorrow, and so on. It's just having both automation and that personal touch. It's going to make it go further, basically, just to make sure that your sharp rate is as high as possible. And this goes into your sales asset nurturing. So this is the process of just sending your prospect sales documents, white papers, lead magnets, just free value, just warming them up to the meeting. And this can be done after the meeting too, especially if you have a two call close process. Okay, now let's talk about proposal creation. Now, creating or writing proposals, it's a time-draining process, and you just don't need to do it. We've created a system that instead of spending 30 minutes to an hour writing completely personalized proposals with the problem statement, solution statement, and details of your prospect, we've managed to get that down to 5 minutes tops of manual work from ourselves and for you. Now, the way it works is you will input the details into a form. Now, the form could be anything. It could be a Google form. It could be Typeform. It could be Jot form. We use Airtable form just because it's just easier for us, because we use Airtable predominantly. Now, that data will then be stored inside Airtable as well. Now, the kind of information that we're putting into the form, it's things like, after we've had that initial call and we've diagnosed the problem that they're having, we put in the problem statement. So we'll list out the problems that they're having. From there, we'll also put our proposed solutions, so how we can help them, how we're going to solve that problem for that prospect. We'll also put in details about the company, their LinkedIn, we'll also put their website, and also a summary of what their business does and their ICPs as well. As I said, this will get stored in Airtable, and then that data will be sent to PandaDoc, because before that, once it's stored in Airtable, it will be sent to GPT, and then that will be sent to PandaDoc for processing and to kind of structure and make the document, you could say, beautiful. Then it's up to you. We would then put a manual process in there just before we send the proposal off, which is just us reviewing it. Because although like we've built a system which is very reliable, anything can happen. So it is just nice to get a human set of eyes on the document before we send it off. Once we're good and we're happy with the proposal, we send it to the prospect and they're like, wow, you've done this within 10 minutes, 5 minutes. And this is just everything that we spoke about. It's just very impressive. From there, you follow up. Now, for me, this stage of follow-up, it does need a human touch. So this is why it's in white. Just so you know, the automations are in blue. Things that are done by humans are in white. Really, it should be half white, half blue, because there's no problem in maybe doing manual follow-ups. So you can have the first manual follow-up and then automated, manual, automated. And you can take that process, especially with certain tools. You can just put a manual step within the flow. And then once you've done that manual step, you can tick it off and then the automation can start. This just means that you're not spending so much time on just follow-ups while you're still getting the most out of your follow-up process. And they still feel that they actually are being followed up by a human. From there, you then have your onboarding sequence. Now, I haven't actually gone into detail about this because once again, I wanted to just cover this in a separate video. But even once you've closed the deal, you are still selling throughout your onboarding. This process needs to be seamless. They already need potentially a win once they've been fully onboarded, straight as fast as possible within the first 48 hours. They need to feel like something has been achieved. And I can cover how you can do that with AI within your onboarding sequence in a later video. But this is pretty much it. This is the best way to approach your sales systems and automation within your sales systems within 2024. If you want me to cover anything else in more detail or a live demo or anything, please let me know. Please subscribe and do all of that YouTube good stuff. Apart from that, thank you for watching and have an amazing day. Bless.